Hello, in this video I will be showing you how to make a Grinch seed bead earring with fringe. This video is going to start with us just making the Santa hat for the Grinch. To make this Santa hat, we are going to need, I use a number 12 threading needle with 6-pound Fireline braided bead thread. I am using check seed beads from John Bead. I'm using medium green, medium red with a metallic center, white, yellow with also the metallic, and black. We will also need some ear hooks and this this earring thread loop to attach our ear hooks. So this will be what the final earring will look like. And I already have all my beads and all my supplies set up, so we can go ahead and get started. And I'll also be using a Grinch earring design that I created. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so to start off, we are going to take a look at our pattern, and this black line will separate the fringe from our Santa hat. And you can see this first row, we're going to be starting on this side. So this first row is mostly white with 4 green seed beads. So we're going to start with these first 4 seed beads to start our first row, and it's got 12 rows altogether. This top row we're not going to use, and the most of it is just red and white, so not too hard to follow along with this pattern. This is my little scoop for my seed beads. All right, so our first color that we're going to use, we're going to put green, and we're going to have 3 whites. So we're going to pick up 1 green and 3 whites. So 1 green seed beads, 1, 2, 3. 3 white seed beads. And we're just gonna drag them down, and you'll need about 4 feet of this thread for the Santa hat. So we're just gonna drag it down so we have about 3 or 4 inches remaining. And then I'm not too hard to follow along with this pattern. This is my little scoop for my seed beads. All right, so our first color that we're gonna use, we're gonna put green, and we're gonna have 3 whites. So we're gonna pick up 1 green and 3 whites. So 1 green seed beads, 1, 2, 3. 3 white seed beads. And we're just gonna drag them down, and you'll need about 4 feet of this thread for the Santa hat. So we're just gonna drag it down so we have about 3 or 4 inches remaining. And then I'm gonna take my needle, which is a size 12 beading needle, and I'm just gonna go up these first 2 seed beads, okay? I'm gonna hold on to this tail so it doesn't get pulled through. I'm just gonna pull my seed bead, and I'm just gonna pull the thread all the way through till it comes up to the bottom. And you're gonna see the other 2 seed beads should start to align right next to the first 2. So to get them into better place, we're just gonna go back through the second 2 like that, and we are going to pull down till it's more tight. You can see they're a little bit better aligned. Now for this first 4 seed beads, we're going to double loop them so that it's a little bit stronger of a bond and they stay better in place. So we're going to go back up our first 2 beads like so, and just pull it through. and pull it tight, but make sure that it does not pull our end thread. And then we're going to go back down. So once you double loop the 4 beads, both of your thread ends should be facing towards the bottom. Okay. All right, so now we have three white rows. We already have one of our white columns, so we're just going to go the next 2. So we're going to pick up 2 white seed beads first. So we have to do 2 at a time now instead of 4. So I got 2 on my needle, and I'm just going to go up and then down. I'm going to go through the top seed bead and just pull it all the way through. Okay, so it should line up next to the other 2, and you kind of see, if you before you really secure them, they kind of get all a little bit wonky, but don't worry, just push your needle back up through and you've got a better bond. So that our bottom row is a little bit more secure, I'm just going to go ahead and go through one more time. All right, so now our threads are in opposite directions. You always want this tail end to be at the bottom. So as you go through, just make sure you're still working with your tail towards the bottom. All right, so now we have another column of white seed beads. So we're going to pick up 2 more seed beads. This time we're going to go up through the bottom seed bead and pull it through the top. And just pull it through until it lines up next to the other 2. And you can see they're wonky. We're going to go ahead and secure them by going back down through. And we're going to just make sure that our bottom row is nice and secure, and we're just going to double loop that, okay? And go back down. So now we have 4 columns. And you can see now once again, our strings are the same. So now we have our 3 columns of white. We are going to go to our next one, which has a green on the bottom and 1 white one. So to put the green on the bottom, we're going to pick it up first with 1 white. Okay. We're going to go down through the top seed bead and all the way through to the bottom. And just secure it by going through twice. Okay. So now we have our first 5 columns, and you can tell it is the same pattern through the rest. So we've got 3 white, green and white, 3 white, green and white. So I will let y'all go ahead and do the next 2 sets, and we'll resume for our second row. All right. Okay, so now we have all 13 columns of our seed bead, and our last column, now our threads are pointing in the opposite direction. So you should have your tail end still at the bottom, and you should have the rest of your thread towards the top. You have 4 green seed beads on the bottom, and the rest are white. All right. So for our second row, it's all white. You can see right here, it is all white. So no counting beads on this one. We're just going to do the entire row with white seed beads. So to start our second row, we are going to pick up 4 white seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can kind of see right here that once you connect them all, weave them all together, you'll notice you'll have bridges between each seed bead. So we're going to take our four white seed beads that we just picked up, and we're going to go under this second bridge. So what this does is just reduces. You have 13 columns on your first row. You're going to have 12, 11, 10, so on. So this just reduces, so it creates that triangle. This is a double brick stitch as well. So just go under, take your beading needle, go under that second bridge, and then just pull it through. So you can kind of see this is what it should look like once you pull it through that second bridge. You can take your needle. You're going to go back up these 2 seed beads. Make sure you don't go back through that bridge or else your beads will fall off. So just go back up those first 2 seed beads like this. Go up and pull it, and you can see now they're kind of sitting a little bit better. We're going to go back down though. We're going to double stitch these first 2 columns to create a much nicer and secure weave just for these first 2. Okay. All right. So now you've got your first 2 columns on your second row, and the rest of the row is just white. So I need to fix my string. So for our third column, we're going to pick up 2 white seed beads. Okay. And we're going to go over under the very next bridge right there. And pull it through. And then go back through those 2 seed beads. Make sure you don't go underneath the bridge again, because you just want them, that's going to connect it to the bottom row. All right. And then just do that for the entire length of the row. You'll have 12 columns. 2 seed beads, the very next bridge, pull it through, and take your needle and go back up through. There's no need to double stitch those. They stay secure as they are, so just one pass. All right, so let's just complete this next row. 12 white columns, or 12 columns of white seed beads, and then we'll reconvene on our third row. Okay, so now we are done with our second row. We are going to start on our third row. You can see our third row. It's got red and white, and it follows the same pattern again. So we're going to have 3 red, 1 white, 3 white, 3 red, 1 white, all the way through. Okay, so for this one, we're going to pick up 1, 2, 3 red, 1 white to start our third row. So 1, 2, 3, and 1 white. And just like our second row, we're going to look at our bridges, and we're going to go under that second bridge right there. Okay. Then we're going to go back up through our first 2 seed beads. And we are going to just double thread them. If you need to, you can press them down. These seed beads that I'm using are not exactly uniform in width or height, so sometimes they fit a little bit weird, but it will look fine in the end. So our next one, It's going to be our third column for this third row. It's going to be 2 white seed beads. So we're going to pick up 2 white ones. And just go through that next bridge and come back up through your 2 seed beads. Our next column has 1 red on top and 1 white. So when we pick these up, we want to make sure that the white is going to touch this row. So we want to pick up our red bead first and then our white one. So 1 red seed bead, 1 white one. We're going to go right underneath that next bridge, pull it through, and then just secure it to that row. Next one is 2 red, and then a red and white, 2 white, red and white, 2 red, red and white. So I will let y'all work the rest of this row. All right, we are done with our third row, and we're going to end this row on 2 white seed beads. Our fourth row, we've got 2 reds, 1 white, 1 red. So we're going to pick up 2 red seed beads, 1 white, then 1 red. And then the rest of our row is just all red. So 2 red seed beads, 1, 2, 1 white, and another red. Go through the second bridge, pull it through, and go up your first 2 seed beads. Go down your second 2 seed beads and double thread it. Going to press that one down. Sometimes they want to kind of like pivot up, but you can kind of press them down and they'll get back into a better spot. Okay, so then the rest of the row is just all red, so just pick up 2 reds, our next bridge, and just do red the rest of the way. This row will have 10 rows. We have 13, 12, 11, 10. So I will see you on row 5. So now we are done with our row 4. Our row 5 is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows of red, 2 columns of white. So 7 columns of red, 2 columns of white. So we started just as the rest of them. We're going to pick up 4 seed beads. This time they're all going to be red. So that one's not going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go underneath that second bridge. Pull it through. Let me fix my string. My tail was too long, so I got caught up in my threading. So I'm just going to fix that real fast. Alright, so we have 2 of our 7 red columns. So we just need to do 5 more columns of red and then 2 of white. So I will see you at the end when we get to row 6. We're at our end of our row 5. Our row 6 is very similar. We've got 2 2 white columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 red. So we're going to start with our 4 white seed beads, and then continue down the row. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Go underneath that second bridge, pull it through, go up the first 2, go down those 2, and then just double thread it to make sure it stays how it's supposed to be. The rest of our row is all red, so we just pick up 2, go under the very next bridge, and just finish the row with 5 more columns of red seed beads. And I will see you on column 7. Okay, we have finished our column 6, and we're moving on to column 7. Column 7 is once again super similar. We're still going to have 6 rows of red, but now only 1 row of white, or 1 column of white. So 6 columns of red, 1 column of white. So we're going to start this row like the rest with our first 4 seed beads. These are all red, so we're just going to pick up 4 red seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, and go under our second bridge. It's the same for each row. You start with 4 seed beads or 2 columns, and just go underneath the second row. This, like I mentioned earlier, will reduce the number of columns you have for each row, which in turn will create that triangle for the top of your fringe. Okay, so I will see you on our next row. Okay, so now we have finished our row 7. And the rest of our hat is just all red. So we can just, there's no more counting, we can just complete it from rows 8 to 12, all red. So we'll start row 8, and then I will let y'all work through until we finish row 12. So your row 12 is going to have 2 columns of 4 red seed beads. All right, so let's start our column 8. Column 8, we're just going to pick up 4 red seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go underneath that second bridge, and you're going to start rows 8 through 12 exactly the same way. So you just pick up 4 seed beads, go underneath that second bridge, go up the first 2 seed beads, down the second 2, and then just double thread them. And this is going to be the same for rows 8 through 12. So I will see you once we get to row 12. We'll do row 12 together, and then we'll attach our earring hook. All right, so now we are about to start our row 12. It's the same process. It's going to be our last row. It's going to have 2 columns of 4 red seed beads. And it's just the same. There's only 2 bridges. We're just going to go under the second one, go up the first, go down the second 2, and double thread it. And your needle should be pointing through the top. All right, so now we can pick up one of our loops so we may attach our ear hook. I don't actually like attaching the ear hook until after I finish the fringe, so we're not going to attach it in this video, we'll attach it when in the video with the fringe. But this right here, it is what connects the earring to the ear hook. Okay, so now we're going to weave this onto our Santa hat. So just go up through the first, pull it through, go down the second, pull it through, go down your first 2 seed beads, like that, pull it through, and you want to make sure it's really on there good, so make sure you go double thread this one, okay? This braided thread is actually really strong, so if you forget this part, that's probably okay, but it's best practice to double thread it. And since we did do double brick stitch, make sure to go down both beads in each column of your top row. Okay, so now this is attached. Now to secure our thread so it does not unravel to the rest of the earring. So we're just going to weave through. There's no specific pattern. I just like to go once if I stop with 2 columns on my first row, I like to go down the middle bead section right there where we have 3 columns and just pull it through, and then I go down to the next row and I go through. And you just want to weave it through, so I like to go back through like that and just weave it through a couple of times. The 6-pound braided thread is what I found works best. I've used 8-pound and I had a lot of issues with glass beads breaking, so I try to stick with the 6-pound and number 12 needles for size 11 seed beads. All right, so this thing is not going to go anywhere. We can clip the thread as close as you can to your seed bead so you can't see it. And voila, it's gone. And this is not going to go anywhere. All right, so now we have our, this thread right here, you do want to weave that back up through just like what we did with our, so let's go ahead and do that. I like to leave that for the end as well. Put that one away. So just take it and weave it up that next column, and then weave it up through some beads to secure it to the earring. And make sure you don't skip or jump, like go here or something, because your thread will show then. So just some adjacent beads go up through 2, because each row has 2 seed beads, and that should be good. And now we can clip that one as well, as close as you can to, and voila, we have our Grinch Santa hat. Thank you for watching. I will post a video with the fringe. I have an order of 10 pairs, so I'll be working on the Santa hats first and then attaching the thread or the fringe. Once I get to the fringe, I will post another video on how to attach the fringe to our Grinch. That's where the Grinch's face will be. So, thank you all for watching. Please follow me, and I hope if you do make them, post a comment. I'd like to see. All right, thank you.